Do we honestly believe that Rosie Barton can be objective when we've seen evidence of her and the CBC suing the Conservative Party for posting a 2-minute ad which showed maybe a couple clips of the CBC, one of Rosie Barton where she's just, standing there saying nothing. Just a couple seconds. It's fair use. It was clipped in with a bunch of other clips and music overlapping it. So it should be totally fine to use. But still, the CBC, Rosie Barton, there's another guy, we're suing the Conservative Party for this. And now they're trying to they removed Rosie Barton from the lawsuit, and they're acting like she had no idea that she was on it, and it was CBC's mistake, oopsie daisy, and now they're removing it. Now you got Peter Mansbridge and other journalists defending her, saying, "Oh, it's terrible what happened to you, and I would be super angry if this happened to me." But is she going to sue the CBC for this? Probably not. And I find it really hard to believe that she wouldn't be notified before a lawsuit is being sent out to the Conservatives. Usually, if somebody is going to involve you in a lawsuit, they're going to call you and say, "Hey, do you want to be involved in this lawsuit? Yes or no? Can we put your name down on it?" And the person will say yes or no. So it's a blatant lie that she knew nothing about it. They're just trying to save her credibility so they can keep shill like Rosie Barton in her position. They don't want her to step down. That would look bad for the CBC, make them look even more partisan than they already are. We know how much Rosie Barton loves Justin Trudeau, so why would they want to get rid of her in that position? So, we'll see what happens. I think this could potentially make her step down. That would be nice. I'm sick of seeing her. I'm sick of her smug attitude during debates or when she's questioning right-wingers on CBC and defending Trudeau at literally every turn. But if anybody didn't know or didn't realize that the Conservatives, the CBC, were partisan for the Liberals, then this is all the proof you need. I see people on Twitter all the time, these Liberals, saying, "Well, the CBC is actually an institution for the Conservative government, and they're working to make Trudeau look bad and make the Conservatives look good," which is the furthest thing from the truth. And this is just more proof of it. Did CBC sue Trudeau when he used part of their clips in his videos that he made? No, they didn't. He made a video, I think it was like last year or the year before, where he used like a minute-long clip of the CBC, but they didn't do anything about it. So, they're not going to come out and say, "We support the Liberals," but enough of these types of situations happening should be enough proof for you. And considering they're the ones that proposition giving $600 million to the CBC to begin with, makes it a little bit harder for them to be objective when it comes to reporting the news. I really have a hard time understanding how regular people cannot grasp this. It's like, hey, they're like, the CBC is great. What do you mean? It's been around forever, and we love the CBC. It's our Canadian news. It's better than the American independent news and all that other crap, right? And they're like, this is great. But it's like, man, think about it. If the government is paying these people's wages, do you think they're going to be objective about them? If there's one party saying, "Hey, I'm going to give you a lot of money," do you think that these journalists, do you think that this corporation, this company, is now going to just be, oh, well, no, no, no. Even though I get this money, I'm still going to be just as hard on you as I am on the people that want to take the money away from me. It's really simple. Just think about this stuff. It's basic common sense. No, they're not going to like the people like the PPC or the CBC supporters that want to defund the CBC. Now, Andrew Scheer said that he still wants to keep the funding, but he's just going to redistribute it a little bit differently. Maybe not have Unifor distribute it, but he doesn't have the balls to say defund the CBC because he's scared of the attacks that they're going to fling at him. But we can't be scared. We have social media nowadays. This is precisely why they want to shut it down, why they want to censor it, because it is effective, because it changes minds, because it can wake people up from the propaganda that CBC and other news agencies are putting out there. But they would rather us just watch them make it so they shut down the YouTubers completely and just have everybody watch their shit, right? But we need to defund them, and the PPC is the only party currently that is saying this. And I know for a fact that most of the CPC want it defunded, and Andrew Scheer is not going to defund the CBC. He's going to try to work with them. He's going to try to pay them off. Maybe he'll give them a little bit less money. I don't know. But realistically, he doesn't have the balls to do anything. But like I said, we have social media to combat the negative press from the CBC that will inevitably be flung at the people that go for its funding. Of course, these people are going to go after us. They're going to go after libertarians. They're going to try to make them out to be racist and white supremacist and extremist, because these are the only people that want to threaten their funding. These are the only people saying they're going to cut their funding. But when it comes to the Conservatives, even though they are timid and scared of the media and try to work with them, you see how the CBC still treats them. You see how they still go after them. They still write a bunch of negative hit pieces about them and focus on all the negative stuff about the Conservatives instead of the Liberals, because it doesn't matter how much you try to work with these people. They're never ever going to work with Conservatives, with people that like a smaller government, because that will always lead towards a cut in their funding. They want socialism. They don't want to move back towards independent media ever. So this is why they will always stay away from conservatism, from anything that is on the right, because even if they concede a little bit, then that will just possibly lead to their eventual destruction. So they will always, vote, or they always promote these left-wing parties, because they're the ones that believe that the state should run everything in society, and that's the way that it should go. But that's all I pretty much had to say about this subject. If you like my content, subscribe and have a good day. See ya.